Hey YouTube, happy to see you again today. When you guys see this video, it's gonna be the week I celebrate my 2 years of YouTube. I'm super happy, and I'm gonna take the opportunity today to talk a bit about myself, about the channel, what we did in the last 2 years, and what's coming up in the couple months. Well, this summer and in the coming year. So let's talk about that. Today it's spring in the Laurentians. Spring started a couple of weeks back. Snow started melting. You can see the river flowing a bit again. I wish I could go across the river, across the island to the other side of the island, because that's the main part of the river. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's flowing so hard. I wish I could go there. Yeah. Too much water between the rocks, so I don't want to fall into the water, but I wish I could go. So yeah, 2 years of YouTube. Um, I mean, I hoped I would get there, but I didn't expect anything when I started. In 2017, when I filmed my first project, trying to maybe start YouTube, I ended up not posting it. It took me 3 more years before I posted it. You might have seen this video from the beginning. It was one of the first projects I posted. I made what was it again? Magic the Gathering storage. I had made one for myself. I had made one for my son, from my nephew, from my cousin, and then my daughter wanted one, so I made her one. But yeah, like I said, it took from September 2017 till April, May 2020 before I posted the video. I have no idea why it took me so long. I've been making videos for my students, for my friends, for my family for years. But I don't know, except a few videos for family and friends that I posted on my personal channel, I never did anything for YouTube until 2 years ago. And now I'm quite excited. In the last 8 months, maybe 8-9 months, I took it a bit more seriously. I tried, as you can see if you look at the video list. I tried getting a video out every couple of weeks, month. No more than a month. Since, let's say, June last year, 2021. So yeah, since then, since June, the channel picked up. We're now at 100 something subscribers, 15,000 views across all the videos, 1100, 1200 hours of viewing from the people that watch my videos. So yeah, I'm quite excited, quite pumped about it. I didn't expect that at all. I made it so the people I know can enjoy what I do. Wishing maybe something would pick up, but I didn't expect anything. And in the last, like I said, 8-10 months, things took up a lot. So I'm really, really, really excited. So like I said earlier, when I started, I didn't have any expectations. I didn't expect having so many views. I didn't expect having any kind of subscribers except my friends and my family. And look at where we are. Now I start to having objectives, a goal. It's not a big goal. I started with no goals, but now I have one, a small one. I would like to get monetized. What does that mean? For who doesn't know YouTube, I just learned in the last about year what it means. It means you have, woohoo, sorry. It means you get to, all right. It means you reach 1,000 subscribers, and in the last year, 4,000 hours of viewing of your videos. I mean, right now, I'm at about the quarter of the viewing hours I need, and about 10% of the subscribers I need. So if my new objectives now, my first objective now, would be by the end of 2022, reach that goal. 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of viewership. Because from there, for every 1,000 views, YouTube gives the YouTuber a couple of dollars. I mean, it's not much. It's about $4 for every 1,000 views. So I'm not gonna make myself rich with that. But if I could get a couple dollars, and instead of using my own money to bring you guys some content, some project, I could use that money to fund maybe larger projects or more projects or stuff like that. Anyways, like I said, I started with no goals at all. I didn't expect anything. 2 years in, I have a new goal now. I have one. Reach 1,000 viewers, not viewers, 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of viewing by the end of the year. It's not a super big goal, but hey, it's my goal. So if I get there, I'm gonna be super pumped. Very, very, very happy. Let's try to walk outside of the trail for now. Woo-hoo-hoo. I'm trying to go just by the river. I don't know how it's gonna go. As you guys know, if you watched from the channel from the beginning, I didn't start the channel by working on the piece of land I'm on now. In the beginning, the objective was showing and sharing the different projects of woodworking that I would do. For about the first year, that's what I did. So if you watch all the videos, you saw the Magic the Gathering storage box, you saw the little spice shelf, you saw the cat tree I made for my sister, you saw the shelf I made, the bookshelf I made with my daughter, for my daughter, and then also worked around my house. I transformed my shed into a workshop. That's the most viewed video I have, over 11,000 views, over 1,000 in French. You know, I do all of my videos in both French and English, and I post both of them on the channel. And then I made the bicycle storage shed, and then I made a concrete pathway from the shed to the driveway, and then I encountered hardship because there was an old Oh my God, squirrels fighting. Sorry, I can't show it. They're too far. Yeah, like I said, when I made that concrete pathway, if you didn't watch it, go and see it. There's 2 or 3 videos about it. There was a big tree stump. We had 3 big cherry trees around the house when we bought the house, and they were all of them sick. Branches with black fungus growing on them, branches falling from wind and stuff. So the town gave us a permit to cut them down, but I just cut the trees and left the stump there, and they dried out and they were hell to remove. So I had a hard time with that. And then when I finally managed to remove the stump, there were 2 big stones. Good God! There were 2 large stones in the ground that were in the way of the concrete mold that I used to make my pathway. So I had to chop them down. And then winter came and I didn't do much. And then over the winter, me and my wife started thinking about buying land to build a house outside of the city. And we spent a lot of time during the springtime to look for land. We visited some, we tried to make an offer on some, they were already sold, and then we bought this one in June last year, June 2021. And the channel kind of changed from then. I spent most of my time last summer here working on clearing the land and making a few small projects like the fire pit and benches made out of logs and stuff like that. But in the next year, I'm gonna go back to make projects. I'm gonna work here. I have 4 large projects for the coming summer here. I don't know if I'm gonna manage to make all of them, but I have 4 projects for the next summer. But I also want to go back to making other projects. Of course, I'm gonna have to finish the cleanup of the land. Last fall, I still have one video coming up about that. The town gave us the permit to cut down all the dead trees, but winter was coming and we managed to chop down maybe, I don't know, not even a quarter of the trees that we fell, because I was working full-time back in school, and winter came, so we didn't have time to finish. So I'm gonna have to finish that next summer. There's a little bit of me and my wife, around one of the trails, but now I have to do the rest. Okay, so I'm gonna spend much time on this, and I'm not gonna make you guys 25 videos about it. You will see one soon about what we did last fall, but this summer I'm gonna have to spend time on that. Some of the trees are completely rotted out, and I'm gonna chop them in pieces and chuck them in the land, so they're gonna fill holes and compost and make great earth for the trees. But some of them are just dead and dry, so I'm gonna try to recuperate them and use them from one of the projects I have for the summer. It's I don't know, I can't call it a shed, but wood storage, campfire storage. I realized this winter that the wood outside there, just a pile of wood outside, with snow, with rain, I mean, it's really hard to make fires with that wood. It's way, way, way too humid, and it's really hard to start and maintain the fire with that. So what I did for the last 3-4 months, bringing a plastic basket, plastic tub, fill it with wood, bring it back home, get it to dry over a couple of weeks, and then come back here and then use that wood for making a fire. Not very practical. So what I want to do the next summer, I want to use the good trees that we fell last summer use them as structure for some kind of a one pitch roof shed to store that wood, and maybe a little bit of a tiny shed to make my tools so they're not outside in the elements, and store all of my firewood in that shelter slash shed. According to the municipality, the town, it's not legal to make a shed or a garage or something without a main building, a secondary building without a main building. So we don't have the house. So theoretically, I'm not sure I could use and build that shed. Even though it's not a shed, it's just a roof to protect the wood. So I'm gonna have to see what the city what they say about that, but I don't expect to be too much of a problem. Second project I want to do. Last fall we fell one of the big. I don't know what it's called. A birch tree. You know, the white, like paper-like tree. We fell a big one, and there was nothing around it, so it made a big opening on the land. I would like to build a platform, some kind of a deck, to install my camping tent on it, so I can come back from town, 10 minutes away, and come camping on my own property. I might go back to the national park. I might go back camping on the campground, but hey, it's free and it's mine, so I might do it. The thing is, the price of lumber is through the roof right now. It's incredibly expensive. But if it's the only project I make with brand new lumber, maybe it's worth it. So I can take more advantage of the land I have. So project number 2 on the land. Project number 3 on the land, where I park my car on the street right just up there. I see it from here. There are, I don't know, 5 or 6, maybe even more, giant boulders, super big rocks. Probably they use dynamite when they build the road, because some of those rocks have holes drilled in them. So it might have been exploded using dynamite when they built the road years and years back, and they just left it by the side of the road. So now that piece of my land is almost at the same level as the street. So if I can manage to remove those rocks, I could probably bring my car in on the land, a trailer, tools, lumber. So I'm gonna try. I watched online YouTube videos and stuff how to break apart those big boulders by hand. Looks feasible. We'll see. But that's one of the projects I have over the summer. Remove those boulders, break them down in manageable pieces that I can move, and maybe try to get some kind of a driveway to bring my car from the street, and maybe my trailer and my materials, my tools I need for my project. Project number 4, where we have the camp right now. The land is not flat. It's flatter, but it's not flat. So over the summer, I would like to dig the higher part of the land, bring the earth on the lower part of the land, making it flat, covering it with gravel, and maybe build a picnic table, so when we come, we have a proper place to sit, eat lunch by the fire pit, so we can make our little campfires and take more advantage of the land. Maybe not more, but maybe in a more comfortable way. So these are the 4 projects I have for the land over the summer. I have no idea how well they're gonna go. I still have to go check about the woodshed with the municipality. But for now, that's my objective. Outside of that, I really want to restore or upcycle some pieces of furniture or something like that. I'm really missing working with wood, other than just chopping dead trees. I really miss that. I can't wait to start again. So I have there, just across the street from my house, there's a former church that was sold to a non-profit organization, and it's kind of a secondhand stuff store now. It's a non-profit organization that raised money to help the local clinics and hospitals to buy equipment. So all the profits they make, they invest it in buying new equipment for the hospitals and clinic of the region, and they sell used furniture. So if I can go there and find something interesting to restore, to upcycle, I want to do something about that over the summer. I already have something in my basement that I want to use. My sister gave me an old chest chest of drawers. Anyways, uh, commode in French. I don't know. I can't remember the name in English. The men's dresser. It's high and skinny. So it's made out of only with plywood. So it's not nice. It's covered with fake wood film on it. So I might try to do something with that material, that dresser. I talked about a trailer. My uncle gave me his old trailer that came from his father-in-law, like from years and years ago, and it's not in great shape. I would like to restore it, making it usable to bring here gravel and materials. So that's one other project, and I don't know. I still have my grandfather's and great grandfather's pipe wrenches and tools that are super old, super rusty, that I would like to restore too. So there's all kinds of stuff I want to make outside of coming here every single day and just chopping wood. So that's my goals as far as projects go for the next summer, the next year, the next summer. So, question time. Some of my viewers have asked me in person or through social media a few questions. Some of those viewers are my students. Some are friends, some are people I don't know. One of the question is, what do I do as a living? So I'm a high school teacher. I said it in a couple of videos already. I'm a teacher in a high school here in the Laurentian region of Quebec. I teach in French. I teach history and geography to students of, we call it secondary 2, second level of high school. Students of the age around 13 and 14. So yeah, I teach mostly, not mostly, but I only teach, I've taught that for a couple of years now, many years now, history or geography. In history, we teach in the first 2 years of high school. We have a program that starts in secondary 1 or first year of high school with what's the name in English? Sedentarisation. When humans stop being nomad. Sedentary? I don't know. I'm not sure the name. So anyways, we start there. Then discovery of agriculture, first civilizations with discovery of writing, and then we make a little stop in Greece with the first experience of democracy, and then Rome with the first experience of social services like water distribution through the aqueduct, food, games and stuff. And then we stopped the first year in the villages, and mostly in France, with the importance of this, the church, how it takes so much importance for that civilization, and the growth of the cities and the commerce. And then in the second year, that's what I teach right now. We start where we left. So we're gonna start. We're gonna talk about humanism, critical thinking, discovery of America with the different explorers, explorers. Um, then we go to the revolutions, the English, French, American revolutions, and then we go to the industrial revolution, industrialization, and then by the end of the year in history, we go to the colonization of Africa and Asia, and we end the year with the conquest of civil rights for black people in USA and South Africa, the equality for women, equality of minorities, religious minorities, and yeah, that's what we stop. And then the other years they go on studying the history of Canada and stuff like that. And in my history class, we also stop and talk about um, actuality. I mean, news. What's on the news? What's going on in the world? And lately, it's mostly COVID, the war in Ukraine, the Olympics. And that's about it. So that's what I do as a living. I'm a high school teacher. I've been doing that for 23 years now. Another question I had was the name of my channel, Aputik. What does it come from? Where does it come from? What does it mean? When I started teaching, I went teaching in the far north of Quebec in a region called Nunavik. It's really, really far. It's not too far from the Arctic Circle. And I was teaching and was working with the Inuit people. Some people know them as Eskimos. They don't like that, and it's not the way we call them anymore. It's the Inuit people. One Inuk, two Inuits, two Inuit, no S. And while I was there, I taught there for 5 years. Um, I learned some of their language. Their language is called Inuktitut. And in Inuktitut, Aputik is one of the different kinds of snow. And while I was there, I learned enough of the language so I could go around and be understood by the elderly people, by people who don't speak neither French or English. So I was able to get understood. I was not able to have a big conversation with the people, but I was good enough so they could understand when I needed something or asked something or things like that. And since then, since I started working there, I started using that word, Aputik. Like I said, it's one of the different kinds of snow. Sticky snow, fluffy snow, sleet, whatever. So it's like, as in English or as in French, they have many ways of saying the same, talking about the same thing, about snow. So I started using that word when I was when I was working with them, and I never stopped using it. It's been my username left and right when I play video games, and when I started my channel. So yeah, some people might think, oh, cultural appropriation. Maybe. I mean, I'm not using it to say I'm an Inuk. It's just I'm using one of their a word in their language because I'm happy that I've worked with them. I'm proud of I've been working there. I made friends that I still have today that are Inuk. Many of my former students are still friends of mine in the social media. So yeah, I use that word to for the name as the name for my channel, Aputik, like snow. Some people want to know what upcycling is and why my channel has that in its name. I have to be honest, in the last year there was not much upcycling that I made on my channel. Upcycling means using any object for making a new an old object, probably an object that would be discarded, thrown in the trash, and use it to make something else with it. In one of the videos, early videos of the channel, I made a cat tree for my sister, and about 3/4 of the materials that I used to make that cat tree were discarded materials. An old futon that my sister had, and I used that wood to make some of the structure. Um, there was an old piece of carpet that my father used in his garage. I cleaned it and I used it to cover the base. Um, so that's what upcycling is. You might have seen in one of my, in my intro video of the channel, in one of the first videos I made, the first video I made, my mother had an old TV stand made for, those big old CRT TVs with like very deep, very big, very heavy TVs. She bought that, I don't know, some 15, 20 years ago. And she wanted to put it to the trash, but it was solid maple. I said, Mom, come on, it's like real wood. It's not melamine or something. It's real wood. I said, well, I can't fit a flat screen TV in it, and it's too high to put a flat screen TV on top of it. So yeah, I want to get rid of it. I said, well, I'm gonna do something with it. So instead of going to the trash, me and my father dismantled it, cut it down, reassembled, and instead of being yay high, it was that high. And there was a drawer. We cut down the drawer because it was too deep, because we made the piece of furniture not as deep. And then my mom is super happy with her new TV stand. So that's upcycling too. Sorry guys. In the neighborhood near here, the property, one of my colleagues, teacher, is living in that on the street, and she was taking a walk and going for a walk with her dog and her husband, and they saw me, so I went to chat with them. So yeah, thanks for watching my video. As I said earlier, keep following me. I'm really happy to share what I'm doing with you guys. Subscribe, leave me comments if there's something you want to know, you want me to do. Any questions you guys have, any comments about what I'm doing, feel free to leave a comment or send me a little message. I'm gonna try to let you guys know what's going on. And yeah, 2 years of YouTube, guys. I'm super pumped, and I'm looking forward for more years to come. What's the saying again for YouTubers? Like, comment, and subscribe. So yeah, that was a different vlog for me. 2 years, but I'm happy to see you guys, and I'll keep posting new videos every so often. I mean, about once a month, once every 2-3 weeks, and I'll see you next time. Ciao guys.